People see that?
Yep.
Okay. How many people, put your hands up if you want to be successful? Kevin? Yeah? Okay. So the idea is that we all want to be successful, but how do we know when we are successful? So I'm going to ask 4 questions to help us determine what success is for us. So I'd love you to grab a pen and paper and be able to write down the answers to these questions, and we'll share a few of them at the end. Are people ready?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh. So I asked you before what you love, and this is a question that should be easy to answer. And it's not just what we love, but could be also be what we love to do and that kind of thing. And I've got a circle here. Do you see that question, what you love, in a circle?
Mm-hmm.
So the size of the circle indicates the investment you have in that answer to that question. So for me, it's sea kayaking is the answer. And have people had a chance to write down their answers? What you love? So the second question is what the world needs. What do you think the world needs? And 1 or 2 word answers will do. Doesn't have to be a long-winded essay or anything, just 1 or 2 words is fine. And draw a circle around your answer. And the size of the circle will be relative to, again, your investment in your answer. So are people ready for the third question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if we overlap what you love with what the world needs, and we add what you are good at. So this is what you would do without getting paid for it. In other words, what do you think you're really good at? At what stage in your life did someone say to you, hey, Jolene, that was an awesome job. You did such a good job with that. What was it that you were doing when someone said that to you? I'll give you a moment to write down the answer to that and put a circle around it. And the last question is what you get paid for. So wouldn't it be great if you could merge what you love with what the world needs and what you're good at and get paid for it? So for me, I love to paddle. I felt a strong need that people need to get outside and get some exercise in the outdoors and go paddling. And I got to be fairly good at paddling. I still have a lot to learn, but I still been paddling for over 40 years. And I got paid to do that. So as you can see, there's a middle part to this diagram. And that middle part is called Ikigai. It's a Japanese term. And where it comes from is some researchers went to a blue zone. Do people know what blue zones are? They're areas of the world where people live long lives, long and happy lives, and they're very successful. And one of the blue zones is Okinawa.
Mm-hmm.
And they interviewed the people, and they found that when they asked these 4 questions sort of came out of their research, and when they overlapped, the Japanese had a term and they call it Ikigai. So what we can do with the answers to these 4 questions is that we can create a personal success statement. And this statement starts with, success for me is to whatever, so that, and actually encourage people to think about this and to create a success statement for themselves. So this is my success statement. So success for me is to use my skills to engage, encourage, and inspire myself and those in my community so that we can make a positive contribution to our society. That's my Ikigai. So what I'd love to hear is what people wrote down for some of the answers to these 4 questions. Does anybody want to share what they wrote down? What does the world need?
More empathy.
Perfect.
I said similar, connection and compassion.
Yeah, I said less population. So I think we're overpopulated right now.
A
So this really didn't
Malthusian.
work out very well for me.
I said COVID-19 vaccine.
Definitely.
I heard the other day that the COVID-19 is actually the vaccine,
Yes.
and we're the disease.
Yeah.
Population control.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Anyway, so this is an exercise that that I like to do with my students so that they can create a personal success statement. So I encourage you to take those answers with you and think about them, reflect on them, and create a personal success statement. So thank you very much for your time. That's the end.